Before we begin this video, I'd just like to let you know that we have an official Discord server. It's called Brikzay's Workout Room. Once we reach 100 players, we're just going to be renaming it into Brikzay's Workout Studio, and so on. Link is in the description below. Feel free to join. Also, if you like this video, please consider subscribing and liking. And let's get on with this video. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing a showcase. For the first time ever on my channel, I've built a plane, a creation, anything really, that involves this much motor lock, because you don't usually see these in my builds. If you want to know how painstaking this was, this took me 2 days, even with school, 2 days to build all this. 6 hours each, trying to perfect every single block, every single mechanism inside this plane. In addition to motor locking, I've also added some camera locking, more on that in another video. But even the camera locking has some aspect of motor lock in it. So let us get this going. I'm going to be clicking play right now. And as you can see, once I click all these buttons here, it is hard to imagine that, like, all that weird, like, disgruntled, unorganized mess can actually produce this sleek of a plane. And there's a ton of things that I experimented on, like any build I actually make. So what I did was basically motor lock parachute blocks and put them together, so it gives off this style that's actually this cone that resembles a thruster like you'd see in rockets. Then I added this pyramid wedge like you'd see in some of those ramjet engines. The next thing that I tried out were the landing gear. Like, this was probably the most difficult part of the build. And that kind of seems stupid because everything else just seems difficult in general, because I try to conceal as much of the landing gear as possible. And that's done with these control panels over here. The whole purpose of this control panel over here was just to round out the sides of the plane so it doesn't look weird. And as you can see, by extending it and retracting it, it kind of blends in. And for the front landing gear, I basically used a trap door so it can hide the landing gear. It's very glitchy, so sometimes I have to reset it like that. That's why I have to make the front landing gear with as much speed and torque as possible, so once I press G, it just pops right back up, like nothing even happened. So the whole problem with that is it just basically clips with other blocks. And obviously that's causing the bouncing that you're seeing right now. But it's barely noticeable, especially with the fact that I don't really stay in the ground for too long. I mostly like to fly this in the air. Another cool aspect of this plane is the control panel that's powered by a motor 2 that I added into the interior. So it resides right near the front landing gear, and this basically helps it generate more lift when taking off. Taking off is a huge problem for this plane. It can't really take off until it reaches the end of the runway, then it actually starts to gain lift. It's really stupid. It should be like taking off before you reach the end of the runway, but this plane does not generate enough lift for that. And even if I do add more wing panels to the front, it'll just cause this utter disturbance in the plane that'll basically make it unflyable. Because I'm dealing with a ton of motor lock, it just makes sense to actually make 1 block thick wings. If I were to use half block thickness, it's just going to expose all of the motor lock inside, and it's just not going to look very pretty. So there you have it. This took me so long to build, and it actually lands realistically too, which is really nice. That's why I kept it at minimum speed when it's flying. I hope you enjoyed that video. This took so long to make, and it's also the reason why it took me forever to upload a video. If you enjoy this build, please consider subscribing and leaving a like button. It'll help my channel a lot. And consider joining the Discord down in the link below. And I will see you guys in the next one.